going on, my happy subscribers? It's your boy Marco, and I'm back with part 2 of Coaching the Injective on Raid CTF. First part was how to get into the enemy spawn for CTF. I basically broke down the map in 3 running routes: pool, middle, and ring. And then I basically broke down what's the best way to get into the spawn in different ways to get in the enemy spawn, and so on and so forth. So in this episode, or this part, we'll be talking about how to pull the flag, where should you pull it, and how should you cap it. Okay, so CTF I think is my best game type out of the 3. I'm always in the enemy spawn. I could get into the enemy spawn very, very easily. So we're going to break this down. First off, when you're pulling the flag, you don't decide, the objective player does not decide where you want to pull. Okay? What I mean by this is, if I run through pool here, if I pull this flag, I'm not going to decide, okay, where I'm going to go, or I'm just going to run a direction where I feel that I want to run, more or less. The direction where you want to run is all up to your teammates. So you have to rely on your teammates. So if you guys remember in the last video, or the last Coaching Objective CTF video, I said when you're in the enemy spawn, like chilling here or wherever you are, and you call it to your teammates, okay, I'm ready for a pull, you're basically telling your teammates, I'm in the enemy spawn, I can pull the flag, I just need you guys get some kills and set up for me. What I mean by set up for me is that they have to watch your back and get all your cutoffs. So when you pull the flag, where you run it is up to your teammates' placement. Okay, so we're gonna break in the second part of pulling the flag. I'm gonna talk about full setups, only because you need to know where to pull if your teammates are set up. Okay, and also I'm only gonna be doing this for a full team up, so 4 players on our team that are up, and I'm gonna say, like, okay, what happens if 2 are down? This is what you should do. I'm just gonna go straight up when we have full team up. So let's break down pool since I'm here. So if you wanna pull the flag and run a pool, it just depends on the situation. You guys got to remember that. It all depends on the situation. If I talk about it, doesn't mean necessarily it's going to happen every single time. But I'm going to try to break it down for every situation possible. Okay, so first off, you want a guy somewhere up here or right here. So there should be a Slayer person right here in this area, on top garden or on tree or on basketball steps. Reason being, because if you're controlling the open stairs, they're going to spawn back laundry there. So if you have your Slayer here or whoever's here with you, it doesn't have to be the Slayer. It doesn't mean, like, if your Slayer died and your anchor's here or whatever like that, don't say, oh, you can't pull because the Slayer's not here. Just don't worry about that. So you need a guy here, top garden, or on the stairs, and basically you want him watching. You want to watch laundry there, or if he's over here, you want him watching jungle. And now when you pull the flag, where should you run it? You should always run it towards your player. So if he's on stairs, and let's say if I'm back here in jungle, and so I'm ready for a pull, and then we get a few down, I'm going to grab this flag, pull, and then I'm going to come down the stairs. If he's here, I'm going to come down the stairs. And then he's gonna chill there. And once I pass him, so say if he's here and I pass him, when I get to here, more or less, he should turn around and then fall back with me, and then head glitch this for a while, then come back, and then try to keep a good distance from me in case if I do get taken out, he can pick up my killer and then still run that flag. Okay. When following the flag runner, you should always tell what distance you're away from him with a time. So what I mean by this is, if I had the flag and my teammates following me behind, or actually let's say this, I'm set it up. I have a setup right here. My teammate pulls the flag. He runs it towards me. I'm posting up. I get a kill, and I turn around. And what I mean by time is, say, for example, we'll use this as a marker. So as soon as your teammate with the flag passes that marker, how long does it take for you to pass that same marker? How many seconds? So you have to count 1, 2, or 3, whatever it is, and then you have to tell you should tell your flag runner all the time. So you say if he's running the flag and you're coming here, you have to say, okay, I'm like 2 seconds behind you, whatever that. So that means if he dies, there's 2 seconds that anything can happen. So there's 2 seconds of the enemy coming, capping the flag, or whatever the possibility or whatever can happen in that time frame. So there's everything from 1 second to 5 seconds, or if you're away from your flag runner for more than 5 seconds, say I can't cover you, then you have to judge you have to judge the situation as it comes, more or less. If you're more than 5 seconds away, because if you're 5 seconds away, that's gonna be enough time for the enemy to return the flag. So anyway, so let's get back to this. So you should have a guy somewhere in top garden, on tree, or in basketball stairs, and then when you pull the flag, you always want to run towards your player. So if he's here, if he's on this tree, you're pulling the flag, you want to run it toward tree because he's going to cover you. If he's, on the wheelbarrow here, I don't like, if he's on here, if you're back here pulling the flag, boom, you're going to come this way right away because he's going to cover you. If you have two players here, let's say one here and then one on the stairs, you got to pick which way do you think is best. You got to think about where your teammate's placement obviously is, and where you think the enemy's going to spawn. So that's where you have to think a lot. So if you know that they're going to spawn laundry there, and there's a guy here and a guy on the stairs, run toward the guy on the stairs. Run to the guy who's not going to get attacked, because the guy who's not going to get attacked is going to support you way more. Because this guy could just sit here and just like spray the crap out of them when they come off spawn, and then instead of running through top garden, he could run through maybe kitchen here, and then cut him off on the side there from open stairs. So always have a guy here, top garden, and on stairs. Alright, so when you're running, when you get to here, I suggest, if you don't have stream conditioning, when you run like this, because then your character stops, you have to keep running as fast as you can, because this is a big open area here, and people will be coming from money. So what I suggest you do, like say, let me just keep sprinting here for a second. So as you see, I do have stream conditioning on, and then it's gonna stop soon. So there, that's stopped. When it stops running and starts walking, you need to, you have to analyze that so you keep running as much as possible. So what I suggest you do to eliminate that problem, I found the best way is when you're sprinting like this. When you're about to get to an open spot, stop and then keep sprinting again, and then you can dive right in. That way it eliminates the walking time, because if you run like this and then you stop and then you click again, it could take a while for it to come into effect. So you want a guy on stairs, tree, top garden. When you're running the flag basketball, the guy in top garden, if he's not occupied, you should jump out of top garden and then watch your money, because you're trying to get into cover, because you don't know if they have streaks, you don't know if they're going to call in right away. So you want to come in here and you have to get there as fast as possible, because it's more cover than staying right here or going through this way. With the running the flag, you always want to run with cover. So you want to run to all the head glitches spots. You want to run the safest routes. You want to run to where the buildings are to cover you from streaks. Here it's pretty good because there's a roof over the head. So again, guy up there, you're running a basketball. Guy on watching money. And you need a guy on hot tub or open stairs, because you need that. That's a big cutoff. Open stairs is a big cutoff, because you can watch so many things. You watch dividers, you can watch kitchen, you can watch all this in the middle, you can watch zigzag. And once you start passing checkpoints, what I mean by checkpoints is once you start passing your own teammates. So if there's a guy post up right there on that plant, whatever, watching him money, and he doesn't see anything, and if I pass them, it's your teammate responsibility to run with you. And so basically, I'll be running here, there'll be a guy posting up here, and then there'll be your teammate who's just there, who's like 1 or 2 seconds behind you, running with you. What's that going to do is, because I'm going to run this way, if somehow this guy gets taken out, and I get taken out, this guy here, it's going to kill the guy who killed us. Or if the guy in open stairs gets killed, and I'm still running, and if your teammate is running beside you, he could be a decoy and basically be a bodyguard for you or a shield, and your teammate should and will die for you so you could get that cap. So again, so you want to run through here, and then you want to jump out like that. You don't want to climb it. You never want to climb over obstacles. You never want to do that. You just want to jump right over it or jump right on it. So when you get a tiki height, you want to run through here. Like I said, guy money. Once you pass the guy money, you need a guy open stairs, and the money will fall back with you. And then once you're over there, once you're over here, if the guy money is falling back with you, have the guy open stairs push through zig or post up in zig, and the guy who's in money who's following you, stop right here and let him go first. So now you're using your teammate as a decoy, because you're doing everything possible to get this cap. So that means if one of your teammates has to die, they have to die. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what it's going to be coming down to. Because if there's a guy posting up there, if I run first, boom, I'm dead. This guy rushes him, boom, your teammate's dead. They get a pull, they get the return, and they can get a possible cap. So you want to use your teammates as a decoy. So the guy posting up money, once you get to here, let him run first. Always let him run first, and then just adjust the situation as it comes. So let's talk about capping the flag. So pretend I have the flag right now. Again, let your teammate go first. Depending on the situation, sometimes when you're about to cap the flag, you have a guy in garage. You always have a guy blue car, and then the zigzag, and also. And sometimes you even have a guy just sitting right here waiting for the first guy to run by, and then boom, I'm dead, more or less. The flag runner's dead. So you have to be careful on especially trying to get the cap, because it can be very, very dangerous. So again, always let your teammate go first before you run straight in blind into the flag. And I suggest keeping like anywhere from a 2 to 3, not 2 to 3, I say 1 to 3 second delay on your teammate. So it means if he's here, roughly I'm right here. This is probably where I should be if he's there. That means when I get to here, he's probably going to be somewhere around here. And when he's here, because there's a delay on the minimap with the flag, enemies thinks that the first guy's going to come by is going to be the flag runner. So then, boom, he'll kill him. And then I know, okay, I can't push that way, so I'll back up. And then basically, I have to adjust the situation as it comes to me and wait for my teammates to fall back, respawn, come to me, or clear out the area. Alright, so since we broke down pool, let's talk about pulling the flag through raid. Now, like I said, every pool situation is going to be different. Every situation you come across is going to be different. For pulling the flag, like I said, you can't decide where you want to go. It's up to your teammates. So your teammates have to decide where do you want to pull the flag. If your teammates are set up in pool, you have to pull pool. You can't pull ring because that's where they're going to spawn. If they're set up in middle, depending on what side they're in middle, are they set up on the open stair side or are they set up on divider side? If they're set up in ring, you have to pull ring. So again, so let's go over ring side. So I'm ready for a pull. Tell your teammates, they get set up. Okay, boom, I pull the flag. When I pull the flag, you want, if they're set up, if your teammates set up in ring, you know they're going to spawn basketball, poolside, whatever like that. And you don't know how far they're going to be till they push you on back tree or back spawn. So you pull the flag, and then you want to run right here quickly, and then boom, you want to come past this wall so you don't get clipped. And then once you pull that flag, you either want a guy right here, or you want a guy back here covering, because you don't want to get pushed at all. So you want to pull this flag, and then when you get to this point when you're pulling the flag, and if you have a teammate, say you have a teammate right there, you have to make a decision. Okay, where should I go? Should I go right through laundry stairs, or should I go on the outskirts here? It's basically up to you. Again, it depends on the layout of your teammates. So we'll break down this way first. If you run this way, I highly suggest have a guy top laundry or even already head glitching Lambo watching your mid dividers, because here they could pop out anywhere more or less, and it's kind of hard to get the kill. If you're running through raid, you always want to run down in here. You don't want to run over this way, because if there's guys open stairs, if you run over here, you're in a head glitch, but they can still easily catch you. If you're down here, they can't see you at all. So if you're running through the stairs, you want a guy on car or one of the head glitches watching dividers for you, and then you want to run down here. Once you get to this point, you want a guy in zigzag or at least watching zigzag, and you never want to run this way unless you really need to have to. There's other possible routes. You could come up here and then come through, and just loop around if there's a guy chasing you or whatnot. Just check him out because he's gonna be watching that mini map and he's gonna be sound whoring you. So if he's watching that mini map, you can easily throw him off because of the delay. So what we want to do is, have a guy there and a guy there, and then also once you get past that point, so if you have a guy posted up here, guy posted up there, and once you get down the stairs, if no one's pushing him, then that guy needs to follow you and tell you how far away he is. So he's like, okay, I'm 2 seconds, whatever like that, and then you want to push. Then you want to come through here, depending if they have streaks. If not, you can run through here. If you're running wide in ring, you want to come down the ramp. If you're running the inner side of the ring, meaning closest to the Lambo, you want to run red, and then you want to come down the stairs. And then also, depending on the situation, if you have players down, you want to run through garage all the time because it's more cover. If you're running in garage, you want to wait. You get a post up, wait till your teammates fall back because you can't do nothing because you're blind. You just got there and you don't know what's happening. You just know from the mini map more or less. You want to run through there or come through here, and then basically you can just come and then dive it in, cap it. Always dive it in. Remember that. Always dive it in.
The enemy flag.
Okay, so again, we have a guy posted up there. There, we want a guy in zigzag or watching zigzag on the stairs. And then for your fourth guy, you want the fourth guy to be either in garage or watching pool, and you basically want all cutoffs there. Okay, so now this is a desperate cap, pulling right through mid. I suggest never pull through mid, only if you really have to, meaning it's a tie game and it's like 20 seconds left, you pull the flag, you have to run through mid because you won't make it if you run wide at all. If the enemy pulls the flag and they're in pool side and you just pull the flag, should you go wide or should you go mid? I'll explain those later on, maybe in a live gameplay. But for right now, we'll cover middle. So you want to pull the flag.
The enemy flag.
And then when you're pulling through mid, you don't need to cut off on tree or garden or laundry at all. You want to run straight through here, and then you want to have a guy back here waiting for you to come by, and then he's gonna wait. And when you're running through mid, there's so many factors and so many ways to come from. So what you want to do is when you get a kitchen, you want to run it into here right away, and then you want to hug this wall. And you never want to climb this because it takes so long. So when you're hugging this wall, come over here quickly, and then boom, just like that. Always do this. I always do this when I run, when I take it in a corner, because it helps out for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's just a factor, I guess, when you're turning your corners. I always used to do this in zombies when I used to play it, and it actually helps a lot, so I always do that. But when you're running through mid, always hug this wall, or hug the wall. Or you can even run through mid, use the tree and the rocks as cover, and pop up. So what you want to do is you want to have a guy in kitchen covering you. You want a guy in zigzag definitely covering you. That's that's 3 guys out of the 4, because you have the flag, so you can't cover yourself. And then basically you want your 4th guy to cover wherever the enemy team has been pushing more. And then and then you just basically come in and then you can jump right in the flag. More or less. Alright, so I think that's about it. We're running on 20 minutes here, almost 20 minutes. So I don't think there's anything else I need to cover. I think I covered all 3 routes pretty well. Yeah, so like I said, every situation is going to be different. You don't pick the way you run, your teammates do, wherever your teammates are set up. So if your teammates are set up mostly on pool, you're gonna run pool. If your teammates are set up in middle, you're gonna run middle. But again, depends on what side. If they're set up in middle but on open stairs, you're still gonna run pool, middle towards the dividers. You're gonna run ring, obviously. And if they're set up on ring and laundry, you're gonna run that way. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video breakdown. There's going to be a lot of play breakdowns for CTF. CTF is one of the hardest, I think, game types to learn and understand, but once you do, it's very, very fun and it's very easy to play. So I hope you guys enjoy this commentary. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. This is your boy Marco.